What is the strange thing about the Mona Lisa? The longer you look at her, the stranger she becomes. At first glance, it looks like a calm and quiet portrait. Still, balanced, almost distant. But after a few seconds, something begins to change. Her smile starts to feel different. Her eyes seem to look directly at you, and before you notice it, a thought appears in your mind. There is something strange about this painting. What is fascinating is that you are not the only one who feels this. For centuries, people have described the same experience. When they look at the Mona Lisa, they feel a subtle sense of unease. But why? Why would one of the calmest portraits in art history create such a reaction in the human mind? The answer may not be hidden inside the painting. The answer might be hidden inside the mind that is looking at it. The Mona Lisa, painted by Leonardo da Vinci, is one of the most famous artworks in the world. Every year, millions of people travel to museums just to see it. But the experience many visitors describe is surprisingly similar. People approach the painting. They look, they keep looking, and after a moment, they say the same thing. There is something about this painting, but explaining that feeling is not easy. For years, many theories tried to explain it. Hidden symbols, secret codes, messages Leonardo might have left behind. But many art historians and psychologists believe the mystery of the Mona Lisa may be something different. This painting may not only be a portrait, it may be an image that interacts with human perception. The most famous feature of the Mona Lisa is her smile. But the smile is strangely unstable. Sometimes it looks like a clear smile. Sometimes her expression appears completely neutral. And sometimes the smile almost disappears. This effect comes from a technique Leonardo used, sfumato. Sfumato removes sharp outlines, light and shadow, blend together like soft smoke. Because of this, the edges of the face are not clearly defined, especially around the mouth and the eyes. As a result, the brain cannot lock onto a single expression. The mind keeps reinterpreting what it sees. That is why the smile appears to change the longer we look. The painting itself does not change, but our perception does. Many viewers say that Mona Lisa's eyes follow them. No matter where you stand, it feels as if she is looking directly at you. You step to the right. Her gaze follows. You move to the left. The gaze follows again. This sensation can feel slightly unsettling, but it is actually a known visual effect. Leonardo positioned the eyes so that they face the viewer directly. He also stabilized the perspective of the painting. Because of this, the direction of the gaze does not change. So even when you move, the eyes appear to remain fixed on you. In psychology, this is known as the gaze effect. The human brain interprets direct eye contact as a powerful social signal. So when we look at the Mona Lisa, we do not only see a painting, we feel a gaze. The unsettling feeling does not come only from the face. The landscape behind her is also unusual. At first, it looks like a peaceful natural scene. Mountains, rivers, roads, and bridges. But when you observe it more carefully, something feels slightly off. The landscape does not resemble a real place. The roads twist in strange ways. The rivers seem unrealistic. The perspective is not entirely consistent. One of the most interesting details is the horizon line. The horizon on the left side of the painting sits at a different level than the one on the right. Most viewers never consciously notice this, but the brain detects the imbalance, and that subtle inconsistency creates a quiet tension in the image. It feels as if something in the scene is not completely stable. Leonardo da Vinci was almost obsessed with studying the human face. He observed facial muscles. He studied expressions. He carefully watched how emotions appear on the human face. Because of this, the expression of the Mona Lisa is extremely complex. She is not fully happy. She is not completely neutral, and she is not emotionless either. The expression cannot be clearly defined. In psychology, this is sometimes described as uncanny ambiguity. It happens when the mind cannot fully resolve what it sees. The brain keeps trying to interpret the expression, but when it cannot reach a clear answer, a subtle feeling of discomfort appears. Perhaps the mystery of the Mona Lisa is not really a mystery. Perhaps the painting is not a puzzle waiting to be solved. Perhaps it is an experiment. Leonardo did not simply paint a portrait. He created an image that interacts with the viewer's mind. When we look at the Mona Lisa, we are not only looking at a painting, we are looking at the limits of our own perception. And maybe that is why, even after 500 years, we still cannot look away.